We are now welcoming the second edition of the Dubai Association Conference. We have more than 330 registrations, a great lineup of speakers and experts who will join us. We're very excited for the next 3 days.
What's most interesting about this conference is that it's focusing on the impact of associations and how you can prepare as an association to be successful in driving change and preparing your organisation and your members for the big challenges that are going to happen.
One thing we work with the associations, and I think we have more opportunities to do more in the future, to showcase them as the experts. We are going more toward the knowledge economy, and that's where the talent that associations and association members can bring, and hopefully within that they will be able to contribute more by partnering more and more with the public sector and the governments.
We have plenary sessions that is very much based on the experience of these international associations and their expectations and their potential contribution. And then you have these learning labs, 3 of them, that is extremely interactive.
Topics that people normally talk about, organizational resilience, collaboration, the SDGs, but really pull it together in a way that associations understand that they can leverage this to have greater impact and to really deliver their mission.
There are many conflicting or very various definitions of impact. But when we think about it, the source of it is very much about increasing people's well-being.
I would guess that every one of you, in the work that you're doing right now, are impacting the world. But sometimes I think we get so caught up, I know as a CEO, I get so caught up in what I'm doing tomorrow, that sometimes I forget about what I'm trying to do in 5 years, in 10 years.
Personally, on the first day, the design panel was very important, kind of thinking about design thinking and design modeling for our actions.
I think we have to rethink, we have to redesign, and we have to regenerate our future. And I created something called the Global Destination Sustainability Index to create better cities to live in, to visit, and to work in.
I presented today on foresighting and how association boards can predict the unpredictable.
If we're going to be agents of change, we're going to have to start doing things a heck of a lot faster than the old paradigm. Well, let's have a conversation about what are the social trends, what are the technological trends, what are the economic trends, what are the environmental trends, and what are the political trends. If you do nothing else out of this, I would say carve out time in your next board meeting for a 3-hour conversation on that.
So our session was on demystifying some of the cutting-edge technologies and how associations could actually leverage them in order to build up some organizational resilience.
The digitalization of the developing world that is allowing this inclusivity of larger populations and allowing, very importantly for people who are interested in business opportunities.
There were 500,000 people, at least 500,000 people in Montreal came out for these climate protests. So when you want to think it from a resilience standpoint, those are your future members of your association. Those are the future stakeholders who will vote with their dollars.
There's a thread that comes through this around foresight planning and around relationships. We all bring our own perspectives, our own emotions, as well as what we are as organisations and our missions to that. And it's people that make things happen.
What I've tried to do is expose you to new people you might not have met previously during the Congress. It's only when you sit down at the table and start having a real conversation focused on a problem that you can understand who are they, what value do they bring. And some of those values can be really surprising.
The paradigm of the SDGs really calls for associations to be taking leadership role in breaking down silos of resource management and delivery, whether or not you're working in infrastructure or health or energy or the environment. You have to create a whole systems approach that requires working across sectors, working with organizations that might not be within the natural remit of your organization's network.
The SDGs, while there are 17 goals, there's also 171 indicators and
69,
yeah. So the thing is, you actually not only look at how you want to work with it, but you also have to agree on what success looks like.
When we won the bid to host Expo 2020, our instruction was very clear. It should have a profound, meaningful, lasting legacy and impact on the world. It's about local economic development, but also unlocking global economic development, inspiring young people to go into STEM's education, to become change makers and innovators, to choose sustainable lifestyles.
I would say it's been transformational, being able to take a step back and look at strategy. These are things that help us to break outside of the box.
Parting words, go from being service-based to purpose-based, go from being activity-driven to outcome-driven. The association sector will help to solve the world's problem. Go out there, make this one count.